Hey, it's Bob Negen, and in this episode of Real Retail TV, coming to you from my office studio, today I interview Tammy Beideman, owner of Sweet Elizabeth Jane, and we're going to have a conversation about a very important shift that she made in her beliefs and what it meant to her business. You know, beliefs are so important in business, and I'm confident that watching this interview will help you become a more critical thinker. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Tammy.
Thank you for having me. This is very exciting.
Yes, absolutely. We're so glad that you're here. So before we begin, before we start talking about the shift in your beliefs, tell us a little bit more about Sweet Elizabeth Jane.
Well, Sweet Elizabeth Jane is a lifestyle store located in Ellicott City, Maryland. And we sell everything from clothing, to jewelry and accessories and gifts and things for your home. It's a busy, fast-paced store. And we've had a few, little mishaps and catastrophic floods and pandemics and things like that. So it's
So wait a second. I want to share with everybody a couple of little mishaps is way understating what happened. In Ellicott City, Maryland, there were two catastrophic floods, and they really literally washed your store away, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. The first one especially, we lost every single thing in the store, and in about 45 minutes, the store went 4,500 square feet at that time, went from very, very full to completely empty. It was pretty surreal, like a movie.
Yeah. It's really a testimonial to your resilience, that you're still here, that you're still playing hard. But what we want to talk about today is this is sort of a little case study in beliefs. And so tell us you tell the story. So you were in a Platinum Mastermind group meeting, and what happened?
Well, it was my first one, and I had, able to do my hot seat question. And I was like, my inventory levels are low. We run on very lean inventory, and I wasn't sure how I could grow my business, from having all these floods and disasters. There is no more ability for me to get more funding. And my management one consultant was pushing me hard. I love her. She's the best, but she was pushing me hard to try to live, to spend my own cash to grow my inventory. And I'm like, how am I going to do that? It was very frustrating. And she said to me, you're going to, let me see if I can get this right. You're going to sell less and you're going to make more by the way that we're going to do the assortment plan. And I was like, I can hardly say that.
Nobody ever believes that, do they?
Right. I did not believe it. I really didn't, but I believe in her. So yes. And she has stood by me through a lot and really gotten me through a lot if I just try to understand what she's telling me to do. So I said, okay, let's try it. And I was all in. And that meant, that I didn't believe that my customer would really, I knew that they would buy more things. I didn't know that each thing could cost more. So, I needed to elevate my price points, and really had been hearing you talk about the good, better, best concept. And when I really did a deep dive on my inventory, I could tell most of my inventory was at the good, level.
Right.
Yeah. So is that.
And so then a combination of your Platinum Mastermind group fellow members and Margot, your M1, everybody sort of challenged that belief, because I think I remember your statement, my customers won't buy better goods.
Yes, I remember that too, because I knew as I was saying it, I'm in trouble. Like, Bob's going to call me out on this, which is good. That means I'm starting to recognize where I'm, inside where my mindset is not in the right place.
Right,
I
right,
didn't
right.
think they would. I
It,
really didn't.
you didn't think that they would buy better quality goods. And right away, everybody jumped on you, didn't they?
They did.
I mean, there was this, no, 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 no. That is a bad belief.
Yes, they were
And
right.
so, yes. And so you had, you had this incredibly smart, talented buyer or M1 person working with you. And so everybody's kind of pushing you, but really what it took was somebody to go, what in the heck are you believing? What are you saying there? So,
Yeah, it did.
it was kind of an aha moment for you. I could see it happening in your face. So tell us what happened after you shifted that belief from they won't buy better quality goods, and you started to bring better quality goods in based on the recognition that your belief might not be serving you.
Yes, no, that's exactly what happened. And it was so interesting because really right following that meeting is really, in the next 6 weeks is trade show season, so I went to Magic. I think I went to Magic. I can't remember, the years are going like this, but I
Right,
went to
right.
one of the apparel shows and I decided it was Magic. I decided that I was going to branch out, and try to buy more branded apparel, which I'd never done, really fast fashion type of a store. And, it really wears you out. So I thought, well, I'm just gonna go for it. And so I picked two brands in particular. One was what I would say in the better
Yeah,
range, and one was in the best range.
yeah.
And I thought, let's just start here. It's not the money I worry about, it's figuring everything else out.
Right,
And
right, right.
so I did it, and which was so good that it was just following that meeting, because I could immediately see the results. By that was middle of August when I went to the show, came back. So my September numbers were dramatically different, not dramatically different actually at the end of, the top line,
Right.
but the average, my average price point and my average ticket was so different. And I was watching it. I was watching them buy it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just bought that dress. That dress was like $150. Like I didn't think people did that. Like
I remember you posting on the Facebook group, oh, I had this rack of expensive dresses and they all went away yesterday or something
yeah.
like that.
It was amazing. Yeah.
So tell us about the average ticket. So how much did it go up? When did it go up? Tell us a little bit about the results of.
Sure.
Because it's one thing to change your beliefs. It's
That's
another
right.
thing to see the money follow from your changing your beliefs.
Yeah, no, and I have always been one who I can sometimes read numbers better than I can, read words. So I like to follow them and think about them and strategize. So
Yeah.
I was really watching, and what I was seeing is the average ticket was going up every day. So that month of September, our average ticket was up about $15. And I mean, it was changing everything, but it mostly was really important for me because it was reinforcing, everything that I'd been hearing that I didn't really believe, but I was starting to dabble, that whole
Right.
like test it out. And then I was
Yeah.
like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, cancel all those other orders. Like we have to spend our money a different way.
We're going in. We're going in.
Right. We're all in on this.
We're diving in the deep end. Yeah.
So it was good. It was great. It was really the timing, I think, of everything happening so quickly, like me learning it, trying it right away, and then seeing the results right away was very good, to reinforce it. So it was great. What I also would say is that was important is that month, that's in September, is our fall festival. And that particular day I was really looking forward to. There was a little, I want to say, trepidation because we have a very, very high traffic store. And I know that day, a lot of people come in, they're not looking for $150 dresses. There's 90 concerts out behind my store that day, or 90 bands playing in a concert. And they're just walking through to pick up something. And I thought, today's not about my customer. This is a tourist day. We have a lot of that stuff too. But let's see what happens. and it felt slow. I was messaging my other business owner friends. We have a little group, and I was like, this is a different day. And I said, in 10 years, we've never had one quite like this. And at the end of the day, I looked and I compared it back to 2019 when we'd had the last festival. And I was like, whoa, our numbers we're $200 different, numbers exactly the same. We had 100 tickets less. So we did 200 tickets instead of 300. We made the same exact amount of money. And I was like, I could feel it in my whole body, because that's less steaming, less unboxing. There were so many things in my life the week before that were simpler. And I thought, this is what we need to do.
Yeah, it's efficiency, isn't it? I mean, your life becomes easy.
Way too much. Yeah.
And isn't this interesting? Because this is what business is all about. I think sometimes that we get addicted to the grind and we're working harder.
We think it has to be a lot. It doesn't.
And it doesn't. And that simple shift in your beliefs. So let's talk about, just sort of broadly about beliefs. So did changing that particular belief make you really pay attention to the other beliefs that you have?
Yes.
Talk about beliefs a little bit, if you don't mind.
Sure. Well, I think that what I've learned, it's been my goal to learn since the pandemic, is really to shift my mindset, whatever that means, and I've learned that I don't always know what that means because I actually believe something and I don't even realize that what I believe isn't actually accurate. So I've challenge myself, to really push outside and think, is this a belief that is limiting me or is this real? And if I don't challenge myself, typically somebody challenges me.
Yeah.
You. Like, no, or someone like you. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
That's part of the job of a mastermind, right? Is to, if you're asking the wrong question, to say, hey, that's the wrong question.
Right.
So wonderful. So thank you so much for, it's super powerful.
Yeah.
And, when I wrap this up, when we're off camera, I'm going to talk about Ari Weinswei's book, The Power of Belief in Business, because, you just stated it so beautifully. The question is really, are these beliefs, are they self-limiting or they are empowering?
Yeah. That's right.
They're about, and I see this so much during the pandemic. My customers are mean. My employees are lazy. No one
say
wants
that
to
doesn't
work.
serve you. Yeah.
Somebody sent we did a live seminar and somebody sent in a question. We were taking questions. Why doesn't anybody want to work? And it was just like, that is the worst belief I could possibly imagine.
No, it is.
People
you're not going to get anywhere. Yep.
They just don't want to work for you right now. So,
right. Yeah.
But there's all of these beliefs. And I think that this ability to engage in critical thinking and watch your mind work to what you're doing and to the point you made, watch your mind work, be aware of what your beliefs are, and then challenge them if they need to be changed, or celebrate them if they are the correct beliefs.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I think it was so helpful for me for the timing of the mastermind, and then the buying trip, and then immediately to see the result was so helpful.
It just reinforced the shift in your belief.
It did. And it allowed me to know that holiday was going to not probably be the same, because I had already bought, back in, January. So I was concerned.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, good. Yeah. So Tammy, I just think that this is so valuable for other retailers and for people in our community. So, I really appreciate you jumping on the call and spending some time with me. And thank you for being so open so that other people can learn from your experience.
Oh, you are so welcome. This was great. And it's been a great year. I've learned a lot, and I appreciate you guys and the whole crew at the mastermind and in the training group, and the WizBang training group as well. So wonderful. It's a great place. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I hope that you found that helpful. I hope that interview will prompt you to challenge your beliefs, to think about what you're thinking about. And the final thing that I wanted to say is I would like to recommend this book by Ari Weinzweig. You know, last week, the whole episode of Real Retail TV was about Zingerman's, my favorite retail store. And I mentioned that Ari has been the keynote speaker at the Retail Success Summit 3 times. He's also one of my favorite business thinkers and one of my favorite business authors. This book, The Power of Beliefs in Business, is a great way to help you get in the habit of examining the beliefs in your business. So if you haven't picked it up yet, I would strongly recommend it. But again, I just think that this idea of your beliefs and the power they have to make your business the best business it can be and make your life the best life it could be are just absolutely profound. So your homework for today, should you choose to accept it, is to think about what beliefs do you have that are holding you back, self-limiting beliefs, and what beliefs would you like to change to make them more empowering. So please put them down below if you care to share. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.